Hi, I'm JL from Aeonix Productions, and welcome to my very beautiful room. As you can see, I have ambience. Cinemax sponsor me, please. Okay, so just telling you about my workflow in general. When you all come in, first thing I do is I take deposit lah. No deposit, I cannot work for my safety lah. I need to eat also. Then afterwards, right, usually drummers will either request for e-kit or they will already send me their MIDI file. So in this case of C Vision, we already have MIDI drums all programmed by the drummer. So basically just send me the files with all the tempo information. And then after which I will do the humanization myself. Like all the velocities and shit. You see, it's all one velocity now. And yeah, so that doesn't sound like nice drums at all. So, but it's for tracking. So I'll just keep to this. Then the next instrument that I record usually is guitars, because guitars got 6 strings, right? Bass only got usually playing 1 string only. So if your bass out of tune, then your guitars have to go out of tune to fit the bass. Not good. So track guitars first. If guitars out of tune, bass easier to match. That's why track guitars first. Then I'll track guitars, and then recently I've just been going in directly DI. I used to take 2 signals, one from the Kemper and a DI, but then most of the time I'll just change the tone in the mix either way, so I just take DI nowadays. And I've been quad tracking recently. I used to do double track, but just trying new things. Then after guitars, I will do bass. Bass usually the fastest. In a song, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes for one song, depending on the parts. And usually I will do guitars and bass in one day. So for a single, maybe we'll get it done in 2 days max, because I prefer to do vocals on another day. And for vocals, right, just a warning to vocalists, I'll torture you. Yeah. So if you're not prepared, then you will die lah. Because I take a lot of takes. Like a lot of takes. Like just for this part, I will have like minimum 5 takes out of like I don't know how many takes that I comped. So yeah, and that is like just one small part. It can get crazier, especially with singing and harmonies and stuff like that, but yeah, just be prepared to sing a lot and don't mess up your voice by using wrong technique. Then after all the tracking is done, and then you see all this big ass session, right? And then you get trimmed down. See, it's like humongous and messy, and sometimes I don't even know what is what. So that is where I start to clean things up a bit. I will comb down the tracks. I'll find the best takes, and then I'll piece them up. I'll get like really good ones. So as you can see, like the rhythm guitars, I just comb them up. Then I'll mute whatever's not needed, and then I'll export all these for editing. I don't edit in Logic. I track and mix in Logic, but I don't edit in Logic. I edit in Reaper, because Logic sucks ass at editing. Flex Edit sucks. If you all use Logic to edit, kill yourself. Oh, just kidding, don't kill yourself. Just used to it because I'm too poor for Cubase. I can't afford to buy Cubase just for sleep editing, I only can use Reaper on trial forever. If you want, I can show you how many days I have Reaper on trial. I'm not proud of it, but it's something. You can look at it. You have been evaluating Reaper for approximately 1,826 days. I've run it for 353 times for a total of 520 hours. Not proud, but it's something that's a record lah. I'll buy it one day, but not today. When I can got spare income lah from recording, you know. Like now I'm barely surviving lah. So, bands, come find me. I'll make you sound good. Oh, Aeonix also they all very good one. Very good brothers. Now they're doing podcasts. Then okay, so where was I? Okay, so editing, right? Because Logic, right? In Logic, the default editing is something called flex editing. It's basically quantizing, but then the algorithm kind of sucks. So if you stretch something too extreme, right, the artifacts are super obvious. So, and sometimes it gets phasey, like for no reason. So that's why I prefer using Reaper, and I can slip edit or I can quantize that if needed. And it's not as buggy as Logic's flex editing, especially for like real acoustic drums, right? If you're using flex edit, oh, you're gonna have washy cymbals, man. It's gonna suck lah. Then after editing, right, I will humanize the drums. Like I said before, the drums are like one velocity now. So they sound boring lah. I know a lot of people, I think a lot of people don't know this but if your drums are all 127, it's gonna sound like shit lah. So humanize your drums. I mean not go like one note and one note edit but just kind of humanize it in general, make it sound like it's a drummer playing. It will help a lot, really a lot. You're gonna thank me for that. You're gonna earn like few $1,000s from that tip alone. And after that comes the mixing, which is the I would say the most troublesome part because by then you're sick of the song already. Yeah, I mean I'm sure a lot of you all know lah. You're once you're at the mixing stage, you're already sick of the song. You know the song inside out, but then by the time you already lost all objectivity already. So that's where you need to focus Don't go in and like tweak one compressor setting for like 2 hours straight because you're not doing any help. So what I do is I try for the first pass of the mix, I try to mix as fast as I can. I will get drum samples up first. If it's MIDI drums, I'll get drum samples up. I'll get those that I think fits the song. That makes sense. Then I'll generally mix the levels, and then if the drum samples don't fit, I'll change them up. And then after that is done, I'll move on to the bass, quick mix, and then guitars, quick mix, then vocals, quick mix. The vocals, I don't really touch from tracking actually. Like during tracking, I have this few plugins that I use, and then usually that stays on the actual mix itself. I might add or remove some other things, but in general, I don't really touch vocals because they already sound good usually by then. Then for mixing, the only tip I can give you is use your ears. It's normal, but I mean it's legit use your ears. Don't buy into the plugin hype I mean, okay I mean I'm quite of a gear slut myself, but don't buy into the hype Then for mixing, the most important piece of gear I have is my audio interface because no audio interface, no sound you know. I'm just kidding. But I think the best piece of outboard gear alone, not counting like campers and stuff like that, right, is probably the Stam SA4000. It's based on the SSL bus comp. You can steal my settings if you want, but then the settings is like, it's on Google. I just find SSL bus compressor, this settings is on there already. So still instantly get my sound. Okay, this thing, right? It's not like a plug-in. Don't tell me you got waves plug-in or what. Well, this doesn't sound like the plug-in. Totally don't sound like. Doesn't sound like. I can go up to, normally if I compress on bus, I can go up to like 4 without hearing anything, but then on the plug-in, you do 2 dB gain reduction, you hear it pumping already. So hardware is more transparent in my experience. But the troublesome thing is, if I want to change setting, I have to do recall notes for each band. So yeah, that's the shitty part. That's why I just leave it at this setting for my mix bus. Then below that, I have these two very old DBX 163X. I think one is from one very big studio in the US. They recorded REM or something like that. Then they closed down and I bought it on eBay. And these two are very vibey stuff. It's noisy, but vibey. I use it for like drum rooms, bass, sometimes vocals. Very dirty. Then this next one, SPX 90, that's buggy as hell. See, like you on already, it was 32, then now you on 33 by photo one. It's a reverb, and I use it for the David Bendeth snare reverb. There's a preset there, roughly you get that Paramore snare reverb. It's a secret. Okay, then now the prices are all gonna shoot up by like 100 USD already. Shit. Okay, then next one, Patchbay. Patchbay, if you don't know what Patchbay is, just Google it. It's basically like you link here, link there, or like internet connection like that. Very mafan, very expensive also. Then this one, wow, the best brand in the world, Behringer. Behringer endorsed me. So this is an ADAT interface. It basically expands my inputs and outputs by an extra 8 channels. Because I'm using an Audion ID22 as my main interface, so I only have like 2 mic pre's, and sometimes not enough, right? I can use this to add extra inputs, although they don't sound as good, but it does the job. Then my DBX, okay, the more not important elements of the mix, right? Like not the main mix bus things, right? I will just patch it through the Behringer, like the DBX and the reverb goes through here. The main mix bus stuff, the SSL, right? It goes directly out from my audience converters into there, and then it comes back in through the line level in also. Yeah, this small little 699 SGD gear, beautiful and dusty. Wow. This is my latest addition to my very humble home studio, courtesy of eBay. I got it very cheap during pre-service. It's a Heritage Audio 6-slot 500 series rack, and then inside it I have a pair of CAPI VP28s. So as if it's not clear enough from the knobs and everything, right? It's like API clone, and it sounds better than API, some might say. I think it sounds very good, it sounds damn good, compared to like my other preamps. I've been using it for everything, and then but it's damn expensive, so yeah, save up some money. Then I got 4 more slots. I'm too poor. Can someone like sponsor me some modules? I'll do some very nice mixes, delicious mixes for you. And then below that is my, my morale booster. Sometimes when I'm down, too stressed, because this line, I see everybody so stressed, and all the sound engineers all very stressed. This thing cheers me up. Well, sometimes make me more stressed, but okay, you get the idea. Then the most important 2 pieces of gear that I that I own. Basically, it's the ambience. Expensive as shit. I think I'm still paying the installment. Yeah, but then they sound bloody good. Before this, I was using Yamaha NS10s. Then after I changed to this, like, wow. That's all I can say. Just go down to Cinemax, try it. You will hate me because you're gonna spend $6,000 on these things. These big pieces of wood. It's like 8 kg each. I'm gonna do something that might trigger a lot of people. Touching it. Yeah. ASMR. Okay, then beside this, I have a very small metal fan. It's my fan. Enjoys my mixers. And beside that is the Kemper. This thing is better than XFX. XFX sucks. Kemper forever. I love you, Kemper. Sponsor me. Endorse. Send me an email. Okay. In case you don't know what's a Kemper, right? Anyway, there are a lot of profiles, so it's taking some time. A Kemper, right? Okay, see, let's say I have this orange amp here. Gym Root Terror, right? And then I like this cap. I like the sound of this amp through this cap, right? And then I got this mic that's pointed here. Okay, in this case, I have a SM7B. Okay, let's say I have this setup I like, right? I can instantly profile this setup into this head. Then I can just bring this head out to wherever I go. I can have the exact same sound. Okay, not exact, but pretty damn close. Better than you trying to recreate plugins and everything. And because we live in Singapore, so we don't have a lot of access to like big, very good amps, and we can't really crank up amps. So this is the next best investment at a very cheap price of only $3,000. Oh, expensive. And other than this outboard gear, actually most of the magic comes in. There's no magic. It's just years and years of practice. It comes in. The main thing is listening, and then trying to outdo yourself with every mix. I feel that a lot of people here, people trying to mix, right, they focus too much on the gear and not enough time on their own improvement or education. So shout out to URM. Good shit. If you're new to mixing, go and watch the fast tracks. Join Enhance. Very good. Yeah, just improve on your own and just set very high standards for yourself. Don't be complacent. And a lot of people want to like I don't want to. Okay, maybe y'all just help me censor this name out. Okay, like I know a lot of people they say I want to sound like
Aeonix Productions.
Then you try to replicate the mix, then the mix sounds like stale and boring, right? Don't try to replicate someone first. Try to at least get decent mix first. Try to get things to sound good first before you try to copy other people's techniques, because sometimes the technique is like it doesn't fit into what you can do. A lot of people just say slap on some parallel compression on drums, but then do you even know how to mix drums in the first place? You have to get the drums to sound good without all these extra bells and whistles, get things to sound good. You should reach a point where just by tracking, right, then you're doing like a random fader balance, right, you should get like a bit very nice sounding rough mix already. That's like where the goal should be. Like some of the files we hear in URM, right, is you literally put the faders out and it sounds good already. Yeah, so that is the goal. Then don't overthink. Just do it. Wise words from me. Being stuck in this room near 24 hours a day, doing records that you might hate more than you love, but doing it for you.